Hey, so if you made it this far, thanks a lot. I really appreciate you following the emails, the content, different videos. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you what we put together. This offer is nothing that we've ever released before. We've tested it internally, and I'm just very excited to share it with you. So I'm going to go through it pretty quick because I don't want you to be burdened with watching like a very, very long video. If you've been following up to this point, it should be pretty quick. It should make a lot of sense. If you have any questions, reach out, let me know. I'd be happy to do, a personal walkthrough video of one of the things I'm going to offer here. But overall, I think it's easier and best to keep it light and quick. So the number one thing is the Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass. So this is a masterclass where we go through and explain everything that was behind the promotion that we were able to generate over $15,000 in less than 30 days without paid advertising. There's a lot of different sections, and within those sections we have multiple videos. There's probably going to be more content added. We're putting the finishing touches on this, and I'd like to add some bonus videos as well. So you can see we go through the different sections. Okay, so what you're going to get with that is that Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass at a $14.97 value. Brings our total value, because it's the first thing, up to $14.97. So the second thing is the Premium Emoji Builder project. So you've probably seen a few videos of this already. It has tons of features. I mentioned here it's one-time payment for this whole thing. It's yours forever. It's honestly almost included in this bundle. Even if you don't need it now, it'll come in handy down the line if you want to test the water. So it's finally a way to use your old emoji assets, the assets within the app, and ideas, so you can create a totally custom emoji builder with little design investment, quick setup, so you can dominate your niche sooner. So if you're thinking, hey, I don't really know if I want to get into the emoji space right now, that doesn't mean that this Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass is just for emoji apps. It's for all types of apps. This is sort of just like a cool little thing we're throwing in because it's the most up-to-date, compliant, feature-packed template project we've ever created. It has not been sold on any marketplace sites. It has not been sold in affiliate launches. I think we sold maybe 3 or 4 versions of it wasn't even this version. It was a different version a few months ago to get it in the hands of a few other developers and see how they liked it. So this is a custom version we've put together for this offer. All the advanced cool features, but still simple to use, and that's on the developer side. And as far as the user, it's kind of the same idea. So let me go to this next part here. So why is it so easy to make videos and share the app? So a little behind the scenes, or a little kind of context with that is, if you're making an app like this, you're eventually probably going to want to share it through email or on a Facebook page or something. And if you don't have a lot of skills with creating, like a video to share, this app makes it really easy. So in this previous section here, this is a preview video I made with little skills. And all I did was plug my phone into the to the project on the computer and use the app like a user would, and then I just cut out a bunch I imported it into Camtasia. You can use a variety of softwares, and then I just cut it up a little bit and sped up the video, and it actually, me using the app is the video, because the app is so feature filled. It showcases its own thing. Whereas if you're doing an emoji app, you're just a traditional one, like an old one, you're clicking on an emoji and sharing, that's it. But with this, you're customizing, so it's really cool to show the user the possibilities. Okay, so for this project, again, if you're not looking to go into the emoji space, I do urge you to reconsider, because it's a great way to test niches. And the fact that this is a custom project and it has only been sold to 3 or 4 people instead of the thousands and thousands of people that have traditional emoji templates, for marketplace sites, affiliate launches, and everything else, this is going to give you a leg up. So any popular niche you've ever seen for an emoji app in the store over the last year or longer, you could go in with this improve and customize a few things and be very unique and stand out, versus if you just launch another emoji app in the same niche, even if you have designs that are like 10 times better, which would be hard to do anyway, but you know what I'm trying to say, it's still hard to stand out. But with this, it's not just the designs that are going to be different, it's also the way that you're able to create custom emojis and add backgrounds and save them to 4 different places automatic. I mean, it's so different and cool compared to just a traditional emoji app, that there's really no niche you can't go after that's already been successful with emojis, and there's plenty of niches that haven't been tackled yet because traditional emoji apps weren't able to really work in a niche like that. And a quick example would be, think of like all the apps, the dress-up apps and stuff that are made for kids, how you're going in and there's a few companies that dominate this area, and you're customizing different features, you know, either like on their own face taking a picture, or for an emoji, something without like a custom. If you tried to make emojis on what I'm saying for kids, it would be really hard because everybody looks different, right? If you tried to make emojis for like the hairstyling, to make a little fun thing for hairstyling, I don't mean to just customize things on your own face. I'm talking about like a cartoon emojis in the hairstyling industry. If you try to do that without some sort of a custom emoji builder, it wouldn't be as fun because not everybody looks the same. So what I'm saying is, in traditional emoji apps, in certain custom niches, you're not going to be able to satisfy all the people because everybody has all these different features. Whereas like a dog, or a pet, some pets you're able to go in and sort of like assume most people that have, you know, like this type of dog, it looks very similar and it gets the idea across. But there's so many niches that haven't been touched yet because they didn't have a vehicle, I guess, to get to that opportunity. But now you would be able to do that. So the last thing I'm going to say about a project like this is, if you've never published an emoji app, you don't want to mess with it right now. Maybe you have a traditional one and you're kind of wondering like, well, why would I do this? If you take a project like this, the fact that you can add traditional emojis to it, I don't think it's showing here, but the heads that you start with, you can also add your full-bodied emojis. So if you already have designs made, you can include them in here as well. So you could create a new app, which I would, urge you to do if you already have an emoji app, or you can update your existing one with something like this, so the users that have already bought it get everything they already paid for, but now they have the ability to customize. So I could talk quite a bit more on this, and I know I've said it a few times, but really is the last thing I'm going to say. If you're trying to get into a new niche or market or area, if you're using an emoji app as sort of an icebreaker, charging $1.99, $2.99, $3.99, we even charged $4.99 for emoji apps and done very well. You're proving that somebody is willing to pay. You're sorting the buyers from the tire kickers, right? So once you have this data with Facebook and you start to build up an email list, you have this highly engaged, targeted list of customers, like let's say in this space for, let's say it's like Bernese Mountain Dogs, and then you decide you want to sell like cool collars or some sort of a dog accessory, or a service, or maybe you're selling leads to other people that are going to walk dogs like in your neighborhood or something like that, or pitch services. So you're not just jumping into something like t-shirts or hats, accessories, or products and services that are more expensive. You would be starting with a more qualified list of people, and that doesn't just mean that it has to be in this niche. So if you start with one dog breed and you decide you want to move into something a little bit different, this is where it gets really interesting. I'm going to use an example that we used, and we haven't went down completely yet, but we had a really popular app for nurses, right? An emoji app. And that huge list of people, email list and Facebook data, could come in really handy if we wanted to launch another product or emoji app or anything for women, right? So let's say it's for moms. I'm not saying that all nurses are moms, but we would be able to use that data to then get a bunch of people that are moms, or maybe we want to launch a fitness app for women, or a weight loss thing, or some sort of a food app. We have that initial data for nurses. We start there and we say, then we can contact them and say, hey, we're releasing this new app. If you want to give us some feedback, and or anybody, get this. So like, if let's say you're doing moms, and we contact all our nurse people, and a certain percentage of those are moms, the other are not. Well, I bet the others actually have, family, friends, and coworkers that are moms, and then you can have them share the app with those people and get them into your corner and go from there. So you can see how deep this can go just from a simple emoji app. That's why I could talk about it all day, because it can even be, a lead magnet. It could be free. You could have your emoji app for free, and for them to be able to use the emojis, they have to enter their email list. Now every download you get an email or an email address, and then put them into an automation. And I'm not trying to overwhelm you in the video. I'm going against my rule to keep this quick and light, but I'm saying the possibilities with an emoji app alone are huge. The possibilities with something like this that hasn't been pushed out to the masses of app developers and oversold, it's even greater. So, okay, I'm going to move on. You can tell I love that project. Okay, so the tech details of a project like this. So of course it's up to date with iOS. It has, iPhone 10. So you can do, we include up to 200 emoji layer accessories. There's backgrounds included. Of course, Facebook Analytics, Google Analytics, the Facebook SDK if you want to, run ads down the line. So you can already use your facial and full body emojis if you have them. If you don't, I don't know if I mentioned that, in a traditional emoji app, we used to release anywhere from 100 to 200 emojis. The design cost to create 100 to 200 emoji can be very expensive, whereas you could launch something like this with 10 or 20 facial emojis, and with the idea that you have all these layers, that allows the user to create thousands and thousands of combinations, but it cost you a fraction of what it would do to try to satisfy everybody. We eventually or initially went down the route of this custom emoji builder based on requests from users on another emoji app that said, hey, I want to be able, hey, these look really cool, but I don't look like this. Can you create ones with, these color eyes? Can you actually create one that has like one brown eye and one blue eye? And I'm not joking. I'm sure it's more common than I think, but this individual user had one brown eye and one blue eye. So we ended up taking all these things, in and saying, you know what, I think we just have to create some sort of emoji builder, because to create the different, body types and hairstyles and head shapes, and to create an emoji app, even if we had the budget to spend, a few $100,000 on design and try to satisfy the vast, or the general majority of people that we were trying to kind of satisfy, you would never be able to find what you're looking for. So it would be thousands and thousands of emojis, and by the time that you find which you'd spend 10-15 minutes, and you could have built tons of emojis. So that's kind of what took us down this route. It was interesting, at least for us, to be able to provide a solution to something like that. So you're going to get a full tech guide. You're going to get the idea that, or the easily I guess the opportunity that you can add different fonts, and then compliance updates, and then you have optional email lead capture of MailChimp, and that's almost like clicking a button in Xcode. It's just changing from yes to no, so you can collect leads. So what you're going to get is the Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass 1497, the premium emoji builder project that I just spent way too long talking about. Yep, I did, but you can tell I love it. $14.97 value, so total value is $29.94. So the third thing is the emoji nomination playbook. Now this is very, very cool if you're not really sure which niche you want to get into yet. So we're not just trying to give you, the Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass, which is going to show you how to, get the people in your corner that you want to create an app for and get them to download the app and spread the word and get all this buzz. We're not just trying to give you a tool to be able to do that's new, fresh, and not sold to the masses. We're also trying to give you an opportunity to pick a theme if you don't have one, or maybe you already have a theme and you want to go through this to make sure it kind of lines up with something that has sorry, I'm kind of losing my voice, has the possibility to be really great. How to pick a winning theme, the different graphic design things, how to find a designer, how to get your assets delivered, implementation, how to get there's some few tips in there, how to get some initial users. So it's just kind of a quick look at that playbook. You can see here. Okay, so what you're going to get, so you get the Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass 1497, which I talked about, the Emoji Builder Project, which I talked about, for a while, 1497, and then the Emoji Domination Playbook, which is great for people that aren't really sure if they have an emoji idea to use with something like that, with the Emoji Builder, or they just want to kind of double check to make sure their idea is worth pursuing. So that's $9.97. So the total value is $39.91. So the last thing is the paid app install secrets course we have, and you might be asking, okay, well, your whole idea here was how to get users without paying for them, right? How do how to not run Facebook ads or chart boost ads and get users, and that's absolutely correct. But that may get you to a certain point where you're profitable from day one, you bring in a few $1,000, and now you say, okay, well, now I want to scale. So instead of starting with paid advertising, if you're not sure how to do it, and you spend all this money on advertising and you're breaking even and it's just a big pain, what we are trying to get you to do is use this Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass to get downloads and revenue up front, pay for the app, have it be profitable, and then and only then, which some people don't want to, if you want to scale up or see what's possible in that way, you would want to explore some paid advertising opportunities. Totally optional, but I think the best part about this is it's after the app's profitable. It's after you get to the point where you want to invest a little of the money that you made to see if you can turn it into more money. So it's here if you want it. So we go into how to run Facebook ads. You can see I talk about why paid installs, how to get started, your apps, targeting, setting up a campaign, results, next level, scaling up, multiple ad campaigns, ad sets, creative, lookalike audiences. So what you're going to get is the Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass at $14.97, the Premium Emoji Builder, which I love, $14.97, the Emoji Domination Playbook, and one more thing about the Emoji Builder project. So we've had multiple requests after we released this, and a few to put this on marketplace sites like Chupa and Sell My App and Game Gorillas, and it was tempting for a while to do, but I'm so glad I did not, because this would not be as exclusive as it is now if I would have already released it. So we have not sold this outside of a few testers that initially bought, which using some data, just I don't want to know if it's common knowledge or inside information or whatever, traditional emoji templates that have been launched with some of the other players in the space, I would say there's probably a good 250, 300 copies of traditional emoji templates out there, iOS alone, and that does not count marketplace sites. When you start to think about the marketplace sites, I know we're going to be over 1,000, and then of course the most illegal or the illegal distribution or the sharing of codes probably gets us into the multiple thousands of copies of people that are out there using traditional emoji templates to try to stand out in the App Store, whereas you can compare over 1,000, I'd say 2,000 or 3,000, and I could be naive here. I mean, it could be 10,000. I mean, compared to 3 or 4. So the emoji nomination playbook, $9.97. The paid app installs playbook, or course, $12.97. So the total value is $52.88. So obviously, I'm not going to charge you $52.88. That would be crazy for all this today. But would it be worth it? Seriously. So this is a cool thing I want to go over because I'm big on perspective, and not just with doing something like this, but productivity and being healthy and weight loss and pushing the boundaries. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you a little bit of perspective here, and most people probably wouldn't give you the lead up, but perspective and lead up is part of the way that I do things. So here we go. If all I did was show you how to finally find a profitable niche that you could sell apps and other products to without costly advertising starting out, would it be worth it? So if all I did was show you ways to stand out and blow your competition out of the water, would it be worth it? Now, I know I'm doing this kind of quick, so you might want to pause this and read through it after I go through it. So if we go through that first one, to find a profitable niche that you could sell apps and other products to without costly advertising, would it be worth it? If it was $5,000. Show you ways to stand out and blow your competition out of the water, would it be worth it? So give you a project template to specifically cut down your development programming and design costs, would it be worth it? To give you a project template that can collect leads with Facebook, email, so you can build a following and increase your LTV, your lifetime value, like the back end sales of things and remarketing, would it be worth it? So if all I did was give you the tools to use paid advertising when you're ready, would it be worth it? If all I did was give you the tools to maximize profitability for your apps, would it be worth it? So I had two choices. I could have went really cheap and tried to sell this to the app developer masses, and if I would have went that option, of course, it would have already been on marketplace sites. I'm sure it would have got a good amount of sales, but it would have been diluted, it would have been less powerful, and honestly I would have hated to see it because we didn't build it to license. That's why it's in a bundle here, because if we wanted to just sell it to the masses, it would be something that everybody would try to distribute and illegally share, and marketplace sites would try to, they would want me to sell it for like 90% off, and it would, what's the point then? Then all we have is another project that everybody has. And the whole point here is to combine the Niche Hacks Masterclass, the things behind that allowed us to generate that revenue without advertising, with a unique project that no one else is going to have right now. If we just did the Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass, it might even be easier to position to you, because we could say you definitely don't have to use an emoji app, use for whatever you want, and you still can. But to kind of kick it up a notch, it's like, well, we're not only going to show you some of the coolest things that we were able to do to generate revenue without advertising and get the app profitable from day one, we're going to give you the best project we've ever built that took almost 4 months, thousands of dollars, and about 46 versions on one, and iterations, I guess I should say, on one kind of version. And then we did a slightly modified version that was over 30 iterations. So whatever that is, 30 and 46 is 76. So 76 iterations, months of development, and thousands of dollars. Why not give you that as well? If you choose to go, the emoji route, or eventually you do a little research and you figure out what I'm talking about, is a good move as far as to get into a space and test and validate buyers. So of course, if I would have went the route of going cheap, I can't, or I could not have stacked on the value that we're going to put in this offer. So the lower pricing for something like this tends to attract difficult customers that aren't ready to take action, the excuse people, the tire kickers. So that's something that's definitely worth mentioning. The people that want to make $10,000 and spend like $49, or spend $49 and give you a refund or request a refund. The people that are attracted to very low offers expect results that aren't even realistic, and they're very difficult. So and if you're asking, how do you know this? It's like, well, because I've been doing this for a while, and I also have another venture with a partner where we run sort of a development business, and we work with tons of different clients, anywhere from doing projects that are over $10,000 to projects that cost $199 and or less, and you would be surprised on how difficult some of the people can be at a lower price point than the people that are able to pay more for something bigger and they let you go with the original vision. Anyway, enough of that. The second option requires a little higher investment, but in exchange, I can devote more resources towards your success. You get a premium template, multiple courses, wonderful support, and free compliance updates for life. So what's one app worth to you? So one profitable app, I should say. So if you're thinking about, if you've ever seen Flippa, there's a lot of people that do, they upload apps, they get them profitable, they run ads to them, and then they sell them for a good profit. I'm seeing this a lot with casino apps, based off our Mega Jackpot Slots template. Going over $5,000 for a few months of positive revenue, and it's awesome. So in that perspective, to say what's one profitable app worth to you, one profitable app that can do an extra 1K, 2K, 5K, 10K plus revenue a month. So how much would you pay for one profitable app? That would be able to do that. The two project templates that I had programmed to go after high engagement niches cost me over $10,000. So these are the projects you've seen in the presentation. I don't believe I showed you the other one. One was, this emoji builder that I've showed you for the dogs, and there was another version for people, a people emoji builder. So how many of you would give me 5K for the app that did over 15,000 in 30 days? So you pay me $5,000 for an app that did over 15K in 30 days. Give me 10K for an app that did 15K in 30 days. So the perspective there again is the idea that there's people that are getting apps making maybe $1,000, maybe $500 a month, doing it for a month or two. They have $1,000 of revenue to show for it, or profit, and they'll sell for over $5,000. So people are getting things built up to where, hey, we're able to get traffic, hey, we're able to monetize, and then they're selling it at a multiplier, for 3 to 6 to 12 months on that. And it's very awesome to see, but the perspective there should sort of shed some light on what I'm asking you. So giving me $5,000 for an app that did over 15K in 30 days seems like a lot of money, but something that did over 15K in 30 days is absolutely worth more than 5 or 10K based on the things that are happening right now in the market. 3 to 6 months, 3 minimum, something like $45,000 would be something that a broker would list, or Flippa would be happy to list. So it changes your perspective, I hope. And if you don't believe me, get on Flippa, look at just solds, look at some of the higher listings, and see what I'm talking about. So it's not costing you any money, but it would be rather an investment. And that's why the people on Flippa and other brokerage firms, that buy from them do it. They buy as an investment. So you can see why it's a good investment. $5,288. So it's probably going to be $19.97 for non-affiliated traffic and strangers if we do end up listing this on the website. But I do not want to list it right now because I want to give at least the people that are familiar with us on our email list and things like that a head start. Because again, I don't want to water down the potency of not only our techniques but our tools. So because you're on my email list, or you somehow found this being not on my email list, which I don't think is possible because we're really careful with that, you can get started now for just $9.97 today. So the checkout link is going to be in the video description. So this video is not listed. It's unlisted on YouTube, so it's not going to be targeted with search traffic. It's not going to go out to the people that are subscribed to our channel on YouTube. So you just have to go to the video that you're watching now. So if it's full screen, back it down a little bit and go down, and you will see the checkout link. It'll probably say checkout link here, and then you can click that to get to a page that looks like this. Okay, so now you have two choices. So the first option is do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk free, by the way. So if we go back to the checkout page, you can see 7-day risk free, 100% money back guarantee right here. Or the second option, if you're looking for a change, more revenue. So this is, I heard somebody say this recently, and it was great. So it's like you're doing your lead up, and you're trying to explain to people, give them some perspective, and then you're pitching. So yes, I'm pitching right now, trying to give you an offer that we've never released before. And he said, the people that are great and happy and don't want change, and they're cool with the revenue they're making, or they're okay with moving on from apps, like, great, don't do anything. This is your first option, people. Which of course the circumstances are always different. Maybe you don't, maybe you're scared, maybe you don't want to take a leap of faith. But the people that are happy across the board, or at least business related, you do not need to do this because you've already had successful apps. You're already making a substantial amount of money or profitability. You've sold something. But my guess would be is if you've went through all the different the emails and you've watched this video, you're probably somewhere close to the second option, or really into the second option, because you're looking for change. Because you shouldn't be figuring out how to promote more apps and make more money if you don't want to make more money. What's the point, right? So if you are in option 2, the second option here, you're looking for change, more revenue, less frustration, trying to sift through all the shiny objects, step up to this small investment today compared to all the value you're going to get in return, and just run with it. Looks like I have two of these here. Come on, man. All right, so we're almost done here. The one thing I do want to remind you again is there is a 100% money back guarantee. So if you sign up today and you decide it's not right for you, then hit me up and ask for your money back within 7 days. We haven't had many refunds over the years, very few, maybe 1 or 2. And because this has never been offered, it's not with this product, but just I'm talking, goes back 3-4 years. But we do stick to our policy because we want you to be confident in your purchase. So the real question is it worth taking a few minutes of your time to check this out? Which, if it does even half of what I've talked about on this training, it'll pay for itself as soon as you launch your first new app to an engaged niche. So if you saw how I made over $5,000 in the first week launching to an engaged niche, and I don't think I showed you that screenshot, but maybe I'll pause the video and I'll show you that. Okay, so I just said you saw how I made over $5,000 in the first week launching to an engaged niche, using the techniques in the the engaged niche hacks masterclass. So it might be difficult to achieve right out of the gate. And I realized I did not show you. So I was gonna do a thing, and I was gonna do a screenshot and like blur everything out. But I figured it would just be easier to show you, because if you're watching this, you're probably have a small group anyway. It's not like it's being pushed out to everybody else. So you can see here, I'm in iTunes Connect. I'm Todd Smith. This is me. So you can see this was actually in like 5 or 6 days. So in that time range, so over $5,000. So at least that's there. So now I don't feel bad because I didn't show it because I forgot. So there we are. So what if it was half that, $2,500 a week, which would be $10K monthly? What if it was half of that, which is $1,250 a week, $5K monthly? So what if it was half of that, $625 a week? $625 a week, it's pretty good, for sure. 25 or 2.5K a month. So what I did is I started out at 5,000 in a week. I took half of that. I took half of that. I took half of that. So how to get the offer? So to click on the offer button I made available on the screen. So this is different than exactly. So of course you need to go to the video description on YouTube. Video description on YouTube. Let's see if I can get it correct. video description on YouTube. Check out link. So I already mentioned that. You should see it. If you're watching this full screen, back out of it, go down, and it'll say checkout link here. If you have any trouble, leave a comment, email me, support@moneyfromapps.com. So again, reminder what you're going to get. So the Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass, $14.97 value, premium emoji builder project that I've explained extensively what that includes in the opportunity. $14.97 emoji domination playbook, great for people that want to kind of double check their ideas or find a great idea to use that template with. And by the way, it says emoji domination playbook. The things that I show you on how to research an idea do not just apply to emoji apps. They would apply with tons of different types of apps. It's the research and everything else. So I did not mention that yet. So I should have maybe mentioned that already. So $9.97 value, paid app installs playbook. If you're ready to ever try paid user acquisition, Facebook ads, this is going to be wonderful for you. We spent a lot of money testing a lot of the methods that we show you in here. So it's $12.97 value. So that total value is $52.88, $5,288. So I am going to mention this. So if you haven't heard of PayPal Credit and you want to check this out today, as far as the offer, give it a shot. And you don't want to put this on your credit card, or you're not really sure if it's right for you. So if you go to PayPal, you might see this if you log in. So it says you've been selected to apply for PayPal Credit. If you do not see that, just search PayPal Credit. So this is not a joke. I'm going to Google PayPal Credit. You'd be clicking on the one that's from PayPal, and it's saying if you have good credit and you're approved, there's no interest for 6 months over $99. So I know PayPal's legit. I've never used PayPal Credit, but I have used a working capital loan. And what that is if they see you have a certain amount of money coming in through PayPal, they will offer you a loan based on that activity, with also 0% interest for a certain amount of time. So PayPal is legit. They do stick to their terms. When I did that, I think it's probably similar. This is going to act like a credit card, but when I did the working capital loan, what it does is if you're approved, it instantly deposits some money into your PayPal account, because it's like a line of credit. So anyway, you can check that out. Might not be for you, but it's at least another option. So the checkout options, it's traditional. We have PayPal right here, and there's PayPal Credit that would be PayPal, because that would probably deposit the money into your account if approved, and then of course traditional credit and debit cards. So this last screen here, I know we've been on here for a while. It's just hard for me to be brief, because I feel like if I'm brief, people aren't going to get exactly what I'm trying to explain, and I think it comes off as I'm trying to be short. And in these videos, if maybe I'm completely getting it wrong, but I want you to understand my passion, my drive, my work ethic to put out, quality information and, products and services. And I hopefully that comes through in just how much time I'm explaining things and how passionate I am. If I just got on here and in 5 minutes and I said, okay, well, if I, got on in 5 minutes and I said, okay, well, here's the offer. You're going to get this, you're going to get this, you're going to get this, and this. Here's what it's valued at. I'll give it to you for $9.97. The link is in the description. Click it if you want it. If you don't, like, whatever. That could work for some people if you already know you want it. But the way that I'm doing it here is to give you sort of insight into what's possible and what's included. So okay, so what you're gonna get that all set up here is of course, Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass, Premium Emoji Builder Project, the Emoji Domination Playbook, the Paid App Installs Playbook. Total value $5,288, $9.97 today. So you can get started. So I'm going to run through a few frequently asked questions. Of course, I could send you to another video or a sales page or something like that. But the whole point of doing this video is we went through. I tried to explain some things in some emails, and if you got this far. I just wanted you to be able to go through this, not have to click and go a bunch of places. So we're going to go through this right now. It's in one place. So what type of support do I get You get premium support. You're going to get free compliance updates for life. If you have a problem setting up a project or one of the courses, you just reach out to us at support@moneyformaps.com and we'll get you all hooked up. Let's see here if I have this. Okay, that's down there. So what if I have an existing emoji app? If you have an existing emoji app and you want to reuse that theme, you're setting in a pretty good spot, because most emoji apps that have been created from the designers that a lot of the guys used, a lot of the people used, come with these forward-facing emoji assets like the head, and you could use those for this emoji builder. You can also use the full body. So I guess in short, if you have an existing emoji app, you could basically take your emojis, insert it into this, use the layers that we already include, which I haven't really mentioned much, but you have. I'm gonna go back and just explain that real quick. So these layers, the bow ties, the birthday hats, the sunglasses, the accessories, the masks. The masks might not fit as good for every application, but the whole point is here you can create your own stuff. You can get a designer and create it, but we wanted to make it simple and put a lot in that. So all these assets you're seeing that are going on the dogs, those are included. So what I'm saying is, if you already have an emoji app, you come in, you drop your emojis. I think I already played this video. Let me see. It was the part where, let's see here. It was the video, creating an emoji app. Let me bring this up real quick. And it was farther up in the email. So if you're watching this video, you probably already watched this. And this is where I explain. So imagine this is your traditional emoji app you already have. You're coming in and replacing these assets. And then you have your own emoji builder. So that was what I was showing here. So if you have an emoji app, you're in a pretty good spot. If you don't have an emoji app, you're also in a good spot, because you wouldn't need to do all the full-bodied emojis. You could just do, 10 or 15, maybe even 20 of the forward-facing ones, with the heads here, and then your costs are going to be a fraction of what somebody would have to pay to do a traditional emoji app. So what about Apple policies, templates, reskins? So, if we're talking about something that's been mass sold, thousands of copies on all the marketplace sites, and you're scamming or spamming the App Store, trying to put out, hundreds of apps, even 10s and 20s, it doesn't make sense. 10 or 20 different emoji apps in a short period of time, not providing value to the users, then I think you have to worry. We have multiple emoji apps on our account. We have multiple emoji builder apps on our account. We just make them a little different and provide a ton of value for the users. So I think, with a few of the policy updates, everybody got scared saying that templates aren't allowed. Templates are allowed. People are using them every day. Like I said, I'm tied to a development shop a little bit, and I've never seen a problem. It's just when you hear the stories on groups or something like, Facebook groups or, from other developers, it's usually that thing where you ask, okay, so what's your situation? Do you have an app account that's been flagged already from doing things in the past? In the reskin days, there's something weird about like the country that your account's in versus where you live. What's sketchy, honestly? Like, what's changed? What's sketchy about your account? And eventually, or usually, people are like, oh no, everything's exactly, no scams or spams, and then you dig into it a little bit, and usually the people that have problems with Apple or Facebook, Google Apps, whatever, they're usually doing something that is different or not, that is frowned on a little bit, or there's some sort of an issue. And once they get that cleared up, they're fine, or they're not fine. But the point is, if the people that are doing something wrong and they're complaining that you can't get apps into the store, or they're not allowing this or that, it's usually people that are trying to abuse the system or scam or spam the system, hack the system in a way that Apple figures it out, and then they just claim like, oh, well, you can't use this, and it's like, no, you can, you just can't be awful. So that's my take on it. So if you can't afford $9.97 right now, then obviously don't buy it. But if you still want to get it, and you want to check out PayPal credit or something like that, that's up to you. But again, we're not. If it isn't right for you right now, then don't get it. If it is, or you're on the fence, of course I'm going to say check it out. So won't it be hard to stand out with an emoji app these days? So I think honestly, with the traditional emoji template, with the right marketing and the right positioning, you can still do very well. You just have to have something a little bit unique. You either have to have like a big group of people, partner with an influencer, which is a whole nother can of worms. That's not what we're teaching. That's pretty cool, but of course you're going to be sharing your profits. We're not talking about paid advertising, in the Niche Hacks Masterclass. It's entirely different. But if you're going to be successful with an emoji app, it has to be unique. You have to stand out, or you just have to have a huge group of people. But the way that I would approach it is, if you're going to go for something unique, why not go for an emoji builder where you can have not only, like I said, you can have forward-facing emojis, you can put the layers on. You can have full-body emojis you can still use. When they save the emoji, it saves to iMessage, Emoji Keyboard, their device, and it's also saved in the app. You can add backgrounds, so it's, not any traditional emoji apps I know are allowing you to add backgrounds. You can add captions. Now you have a caption builder inside the app. You can combine the captions with the backgrounds and the custom emojis, and then it's saving in various places. You have something that's completely unique. So if you're going in and you want to touch people in a way, in that niche, with an emoji app, something like we've built would be much better than just going in with something, that everybody else has done. Because if you get into the Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass, or you want to get into paid advertising down the road, or maybe you want to get into influencer marketing, there's a good chance of the people you're trying to reach, based on the level of templates that have been spread across the different marketplaces and affiliates and everything else, that market may be saturated. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say somebody puts out an emoji app for $2.99 and they have 20 emojis in it, and they spent a lot of money on Facebook ads or did an influencer promotion or something like that. That huge market you're going to try to reach has already had a bad experience with an emoji app, because somebody put out low quality emojis, low quantity emojis, didn't provide good service, it was a bad template, and it was expensive. So if you're in that niche and you see somebody promoting a new emoji app, unless you have some sort of a unique pitch, or like, hey, quality designs or quantity in designs, or you're able to customize the emojis, you're able to save them to multiple places on the phone, you can add backgrounds, you can add captions. You need, if you don't have something to stand out, it could be tough. Some niches may not be overpopulated yet, but with something like the emoji builder and caption builder, whatever, you can go into a niche or an area that's already been flooded with copies, low quality, emojis and quantity of emojis and pricing, and still break through, and they'll be happy to download it, because you're the person that's going to come in and go, okay, well, it's going to be a reasonable price. It might even be free, if you want to capture leads instead, but it's either going to be, less money, the same, or maybe a little more, but you're going to offer so much more in return. The users are going to be happy that somebody that's not just out to scam or spam the store or them is there. So very long answer, sorry about that, but it's not hard to stand out if you're providing value, and we're allowing you to provide a ton of value with this premium emoji builder project. So this is the way that we're going to reach the people. This is what we're going to reach, or we're going to show them or allow them to buy. This right here is if you still have questions on your idea. So, and of course the advertising is here down the road if you need it. So if you already have an idea, and you don't want to double check it, which I suggest you do double check it, but you can start here. Then you learn how to reach the people. Then you're using the project to put out to those people, and then down the line, after you're already profitable and you want to do some ads, you can come here. So it's just a real nice package that we put together. And the best part is we've made all this internally. It's not like we're cobbling together a bunch of things, from other people. This is all stuff we've created. And again, that emoji builder was it like over 70, 76 iterations to get to the point where it is now? 3-4 months, thousands of dollars. So how will my products be delivered? So everything is going to be delivered automatically after you go to the checkout page and complete it. You will be redirected to a thank you page, which is going to have 3 links. So there's 4 things right here. You're going to get an instant download link to the project. You're going to get an instant download link to the Emoji Domination Playbook and instant download link to the Paid App Installs Playbook. What you will not get instantly is the Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass. We're putting the finishing touches on this. It will be out on the date that I've listed on the checkout page. So you just go to the checkout page, scroll down to the last check here, and it will tell you. There's a good chance that if you're watching this video, it's already been completed, but it may be a week after you purchase, and that's just so we can, again, put the finishing touches on it, and may even put out a few requests to people that purchase if you want like some bonus videos, and we would add that in. Whereas if we just release it now, it wouldn't have any of those things. So depending on who purchases and what they want, based, in anything extra they would request, we could provide that value after the fact. And while you're waiting on that, of course, you're going to have the emoji builder project you can set up. You can double check your idea that you want to use, and then maybe even take a gander at the paid advertising course if you have time. But most likely, by the time you double check your idea, do the research, and set up your project, this course is going to be ready if it's not already ready now. Okay, so what is your refund policy? So I've already went over that. It is a 100% money back guarantee up to 7 days. So what if you need design, development, or programming work? So this is a cool one. It's going to be simple, but I've mentioned a little bit throughout this video and maybe in other videos that I am tied to a development company. We've had some really big projects, some really small projects, and some in between. We handle design, development, custom programming. And if you need some of that work done, you would get sort of priority access going through this. So we would get you hooked up. So what I mean by that is if you go in and you say, hey, I want to do an emoji app, but I actually don't have one yet, and I don't want to have to go and find a designer and get all the tests. Well, we would just send you a few samples of the work we've done, and if you want to work with us, of course, then we'll get your specs. We'll do 3 emojis. You'll approve, once you approve those 3 designs, and we dial in the style in the design, we can move forward. And that's similar, to the programming. If you want to add a few features to the premium emoji builder, or you just need somebody to upload the app and submit, we can do that too. So I guess the takeaway is, if you want to learn how to do the Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass, what exactly we have in that, and you want to use this project, but you're not really familiar on the design side of things, or how to reskin or upload, we have you covered, and it's all through us. So just like I said, all this was created in-house. The development, programming, and design work would all go through us again. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop. So you don't have to find a bunch of this stuff, go out and hire people and find out that they, it's, if you've ever went out and hired a programmer or, development company or programming, on one of the freelance sites, it does take some time to dial it in and figure out who you can trust, and you do a bunch of little mini projects, and then you go up over time and you find out, who's good and who's bad. We kind of take that out of it for you because we've been doing it for years and we already have a team. So personal team, have the team through the development company. So one way or another, we can hook you up. So how do I collect leads with this app? So if you're primarily wanting to collect leads, let's say you want to sell, like t-shirts or some e-commerce products, and you want to use a niche app to collect leads, of course, all you would do is just turn on the little lead capture, which is turn in one line of code from yes to no. And from there, you can collect leads from email, or they can log in through Facebook, which gives you that email information, and then it can go to a free MailChimp account, which is free up to, I think, 2,000 contacts. So if you have another email provider that you would like us to change it over for you, we can do that for a very small fee, or it might even be free depending on which one it is. So you could put your app to free, set up the lead generation, and of course you're going to get those new emails for whatever you're trying to do, e-commerce or products and services. I could even show you, if you would like to know, if you're unfamiliar with this, it could be as simple as your app is free in the store, somebody downloads it, they sign in, that email automatically goes to your email marketing software, which is, it's set up to do with MailChimp now because it's free up to a certain point. Again, we can change that. From there, they get added to the list. They get entered into an automation. You can pre-write emails to inform them, how to use the app, or some of the other things you offer. So I would be willing to. I should have included that. I should have made. Maybe I should include. That could be like a cool little course. But again, since I didn't create it yet, I'll just show you. I'll do a video for you. So if you're watching this video, there's a good chance that I've made a few videos, and if you would like to know more about email automation and what you can do with this template and in those things, I'll just send you a few personal videos on that. So it could have been up here. We could have had like a nice, it's a very profitable thing to be able to do email marketing correctly. So I think that's about it. About to lose my voice, so $9.97 today. Went through the frequently asked questions. You're going to get the Engage Niche Hacks Masterclass, $14.97 value. The Premium Emoji Builder Project, $14.97 value. Emoji Nomination Playbook, $9.97. Paid App Installs Playbook, $12.97. Total value, $5,288, all for $9.97 today. So to access the checkout link that I'm showing you, you will be going to. We might change this picture by the time you see the checkout link, so don't be alarmed if it's changed. Just go to the video description in YouTube, and so go, if you're watching full screen, back out of it, go down, and it'll say checkout link here. Click, get to this page, and grab your copy of this bundle. If you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to reach out to me at support@moneyfromapps.com. This is Todd Smith. Had a lot of fun doing this video and writing the emails. Hopefully you're ready to dive in and learn how to. Let's see if I can go back to the original sort of reminder of what this all started as. And it was my overlooked app promotion that made $15,000, $15,360 in less than 30 days without paid advertising, and how to use it for your new and existing apps. So that's kind of where we all started, and here we are now going through. Sorry about that. Everything you're going to get. Awesome template, awesome masterclass. We're not teaching influencer marketing in here. We're not teaching paid advertising up in here. It's nothing that I've seen a course on or that has been released. It's something totally unique. It's something you can do to get your apps profitable from day one. We're releasing this killer template, and of course a way for you to pick or validate your idea. And then of course down the line, if you would like to learn more about paid advertising, you can do so with this course. So that is it. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for taking the time to watch. This is Todd Smith from moneyfromapps.com, also Outlandish Apps. Take care.